While only 4 types of corn are cultivated across all 50 US states, these varieties yield an astonishing 16 products that are part of our daily lives. The US has surpassed China to become the world's top corn producer, with 346.7 million tons in 2023. This is thanks to their advanced farming techniques and machinery. The most familiar type to everyone is probably sweet corn. Renowned for its high sugar content, this imparts a delightful sweetness. Mechanized harvesting is common with 2 main types: self-propelled or tractor-pulled harvesters. Florida, Oregon, and California are the leading producers of sweet corn, collectively harvesting 13.6 tons in 2022. Sweet corn is typically harvested when the kernels are still young and tender. The harvester cuts the portion of the stalk containing the ears, which is subsequently removed by either a harvesting machine or manually. In Florida, sweet corn cultivation spans over 37,000 acres, with the harvest season extending from October to June. However, the exact harvest timing varies among farmers due to differing elevation levels across the state. This influences planting schedules. In some states, hand harvesting remains the preferred method for sweet corn, as it allows for more precise selection of marketable ears. This harvesting method is often practiced in corn farms in Florida, California, and Georgia. Field sorting also reduces the need for culling at the packing house, ensuring a quicker transition to the cooling process. Harvested ears can be transported to packing facilities or packed directly in the field. The sugars and the tenderness of the kernels will begin to reduce once the corn cobs are off the stalk. So, to preserve quality, farmers rapidly cool harvested sweet corn to approximately 32 degrees Fahrenheit immediately after harvest. Hydrocooling, a method that utilizes water to maintain a cold temperature, is commonly employed. This ensures the product freshness for up to 2 weeks. While sweet corn accounts for only 1% of US corn acreage, popcorn reigns supreme as a popular crop. Corn used for popcorn looks skinnier than regular corn, characterized by a hard outer shell and a soft, moist center. Popcorn pops when heated to temperatures between 400 and 460 degrees Fahrenheit. The internal moisture transforms into steam, causing the kernel to expand. In factories, freshly popped popcorn is then seasoned to taste. Popcorn's popularity is undeniable, with over 232 million Americans indulging in this snack in 2020. This translates to approximately 14 billion quarts of popcorn popped and consumed annually. To meet up with this massive demand, popcorn is primarily harvested using combines. These powerful harvesters allow farmers to harvest corn both during the day and night. Equipped with a corn head, the combine strips the ears from the stalks. The ears are then fed into the machine, where the kernels are shelled from the cob and the cobs are ejected. The shelled kernels are then transported to storage bins, where forced air dries them to a moisture level of 14%, ideal for popping. In some cases, popcorn is harvested on the ear using a corn picker, which removes the ears without shelling the kernels. The corn then dries on the cob, and the kernels are subsequently removed. To ensure efficient popping, the kernels are grated to eliminate undersized ones. Nebraska was traditionally the top popcorn producing state. but Indiana outplanted it with over 97,000 acres in 2021. However, popcorn isn't a variety of corn. It belongs to the flint corn or Indian corn family, which comes in multiple colors, shades of red, blue, purple, yellow, and white. While sweet corn and flint corn have their distinct uses, what about the corn that forms the foundation of the Mexican delicacy, tortillas? Welcome to Iowa, the land of flour corn. This state produced 2.3 billion bushels of corn in 2020, about 16.1% of the total US production. Today, the United States is the largest corn producer globally, dedicating roughly 96 million acres to corn cultivation and exporting approximately 38% of the world's total corn exports. Prior to milling, harvested kernels are typically dried in silos to a moisture content of around 15%. These dried kernels undergo a cleaning and grading process, passing through screens and sieves to separate them by size and quality. Subsequently, the clean kernels are ground into a fine powder, using a series of rollers or mills. The resulting ground material is sifted to separate the flour from larger particles and bran. Finally, corn flour is packaged in bags to prevent contamination and maintain freshness. At this Korean corn snack factory, corn flour is steamed and pressed into a long, thin layer. Then a machine will cut it into strips, which are then fried in this auto-turning machine. The fried corn strips are then seasoned with syrups and cooled down for packaging. Corn flour is frequently used as a gluten-free alternative to wheat flour. So far, we've explored corn as a food source. But what about the corn that farmers will plant to produce future crops? That's where seed corn or field corn comes in. As the most widely cultivated corn type in the US, seed corn occupies approximately 90 million acres and is a familiar sight along the American roadways. Hand pickers can never come close to these combine harvesters because they can pass through 10 acres in an hour. This equals roughly around 300,000 ears per hour. The harvested corn is then transported to processing facilities to prepare for the upcoming planting season. One of the most common types of seed corn is dent corn, which gets its name from the dent or dimple that forms on the top of each kernel when it starts drying out. It is primarily used for livestock feed and cornmeal, a staple in southern US cuisine, often used when making grits and hush puppies. For livestock feed, farmers harvest the entire corn plant, including stalks, leaves, and ears. This task would take a lot of time if it was done by hand, so many US farmers only use huge harvesters that can chop down 20 rows of corn at a time. Then they ferment it in silos to create something called corn stalk silage. Corn farmers' income can also come from corn cob mix. Together, these nutritious feeds are valued at $61 a ton and provide essential vitamins and minerals for ruminants like cattle and sheep. Seed corn is also processed for corn oil production. Approximately 2.5 to 3 pounds of corn kernels are required to produce 1 litre of corn oil. The refined oil is filtered and packaged for distribution. Corn oil is an affordable source of healthy fats with high smoke point, meaning it can withstand high temperatures without breaking down or producing harmful components. Besides edible oil, seed corn is also used to produce ethanol, which is a gasoline additive, or as a standalone fuel source. This renewable energy source that reduces greenhouse gas emissions is one of the most significant products industrially produced from corn plants. For those seeking a unique alcoholic experience, corn whiskey, commonly known as bourbon or rye whiskey, is a popular option. The corn is ground into a mash and fermented to produce a fermented liquid. This liquid is then distilled to concentrate the alcohol content. The resulting distillate is aged in oak barrels to impart flavor and color. Bourbon is a popular choice for cocktails and enjoyed by many whiskey enthusiasts around the world.